I am so glad you are here. We're going to address an herbal question I have had come up repeatedly this week. Now, I am at the shop Sundays through Thursdays. I do about 36 to 38 hours a week there, and then I work from home a little so that I'm doing 40 to 45 hours a week. That's reasonable, I think. But the thing I've gotten a lot of questions about Sunday through Wednesday this week were road opener herbs. I don't happen to have any of the Abracamino in stock right now. So, what else can people use? There are actually a lot of options, a lot of choices, and they each have their own implications. And they also have their own medical sides that actually tie back to the road opener properties. So, we'll talk about a few of those. A lot of road opener herbs are bitter, some are very, very bitter. So I do think road opener herbs are usually about making the hard choice. It's just like a side thought process for how these herbs and when these herbs wind up getting used. But you'll see if you just do a general search, you'll see yarrow gets used as a road opener herb, nice, strongly bitter herb. And what does it do? Well, research shows it kills little nasty things. It kills things that 500 years ago would have been called spirits or ghosts or devils, or pick your favorite culture, pick your favorite word. But if you're getting rid of things that make you sick, you're getting rid of evil spirits. It's the same use historically. So here you are with yarrow, which is been well studied as an antimicrobial that commonly gets used as a road opener herb. It is also an herb that's used to predict what's going to happen in the future in multiple cultures. Some of the ways it's been used are kind of, you'd have to be a really bored 12-year-old girl, really, to use some of these. So think back 500 years, and you want to know who you're going to marry, because let's face it, if you're a girl 500 years ago, that's your whole career, is to marry well, and hopefully it's a decent relationship. That's the whole gig, right? So forgive me, because this is gross. So how do you do it? You've tried the apple twisting thing while reciting the alphabet. And for those of you who don't know, you grab the apple, you grab the stem of the apple, you hold the stem steady, and you go A, B, C. And when the apple stem breaks off the apple, that's the initial of the person you'll marry. That's the myth, right? So apply this using yarrow. How would you do this applying this using? You'd have to be a mean girl daring somebody else, in my opinion, to do this, but this is what you do. You take a little yarrow leaf, and they are tiny. They look, if you've never seen one, the leaves kind of look like fern leaves, kind of, but they're small. Maybe they get about 8 inches long in a really ideal growing condition, but a lot of them are going to be 3 to 5 inches. And showing you the idea that the principle of it can cause what it will cure when it is over applied. Many an herb will cause symptoms similar to the symptoms that they will alleviate. Well, yarrow is famous among herbal enthusiasts as something that will staunch blood flow. You have a major blood flow issue, that you've got a huge gash on your arm, stuff yarrow into it, the bleeding will stop. It's sort of amazing that way. And it's an incredible antimicrobial, so it's a great thing there. But it can cause what it can cure. So picture it, you're in a group of 12-year-olds, you're a 12-year-old girl, you're in that group, and there's a mean girl, and they dare you. Take the yarrow leaf and shove it up your nose while reciting the alphabet over it again, A, B, C, D, until you get a nosebleed. And there you find your road has been opened, because you know who you're going to marry, because you know the initials. And it's 500 years ago. So you're only looking at, if you're lucky, 20 odd guys. You know who it is pretty easily. And in many cases, you might only be looking at 5 to 10 guys. So it does, in fact, open the road. Other herbs that get used for this include, rosemary. I think gentian is actually a good choice because it is so shockingly bitter. It will definitely give the universe that little slap across the face it needs to open that road for you. But there's a lot of choices out there. So if you can't find the one that's recommended by that one resource, that's okay. There's 45 other choices. There really are. Because whether it was called road opener in that society or not, in that culture at that time or not, humans have that issue. Human beings need a path opened before them so they can achieve success. All humans do. So all humans figure out ways of getting that done. Rituals they can do, herbs they can use, stones they can use, whatever resources are at hand. So, yarrow, if you're here in the northern parts of the US or other similar climates where you're just not going to get this one particular herb from Florida and similar areas, yarrow is an option. Yarrow grows in my yard, in my honey don't mow their garden. Well, I'm way over time, so I got to run. But thank you all. Do the likes, do the subscribes, do the thumbs up, do the things, of course. And this is Liz from Magus Books and Herbs and magusbooks.com. Come visit us in Minneapolis. Come visit us online. Heck, give the shop a call. We'll say hi. We're there noon to 6, 360 days a year. Blessed be.